Hello YouTube, hello DeathBlade here and welcome to my channel. This is going to be the first official video of the channel, so let me do a very quick intro. I'm going to be uploading here, guys, for Path of the Exile, super easy as possible and with as many details as I can for the player base that have never played Path of the Exile and want to try out, but they know absolutely nothing. I mean, there are a lot of guides that can't explain stuff on YouTube, but I will try to make a series of episodes and try to explain everything, even the basics. Since the channel is new, you can follow me, subscribe, in order not to miss a video. I'm going to make many of those. And I'm going to post in the description the links where you can find me. You can follow me on Facebook and catch me live on twitch.tv/LLDeathBlade. The link is going to be down below as well, where I play League of Legends and Path of the Exile for fun. And all in all, the channel will try to be an educational channel where I try to explain both games, both Path of the Exile and League of Legends. So this is going to be the first episode of Path of the Exiles Explained for beginners. So I'm going to stop the music in order to get some silence and start explaining. Okay, now I'm going let's switch to the game itself. Okay, so now when you first play Path of the Exile, you actually find your character in a zone where you start killing monsters with auto attacks and a mini boss in the end. And after that, you get here, you get the first town. Okay, so now this is your character. Okay, for this is one example of a character. When you start, you have the options. You have the option of creating a character of a different class. Some examples are the Ranger, the Marauder, and so on. Before you start playing Path of the Exile, I strongly recommend you search on YouTube any kind of build guide. That means decide before you even play if it makes any sense what you are going to play, and I'm going to explain you why in the progress of these episodes. But let's start with the basics. Okay, so this is a town. This is the first town. This is Lion Eyes Watch. Each town, in each town you can see the players come and go. This does not concern you, and you can see these guys, Nessa, Bestel, and Darklight. Okay, guys like this exist in every town in the game, and they give you quests and rewards when you complete them. But that's enough for now. This is not the point of the starting video. The point is this: if you press your I button on the keyboard, you are greeted with this. This is your inventory. I stands for inventory. Okay, forget about this. These are the stuff I want to show you. That's why I have them here, so I will not forget. Don't even pay attention to this. Okay, so this is your inventory. This is the place where you wear your equipment. What kind of equipment, you may say? So every character can wear this one belt. So I'm going to place it here. One amulet, like this one. These items are not the best for displaying this, but they are just pure examples of of what items you need. Okay, you do not need these items in particular. Okay, so you got a belt, an amulet, 2 rings. You got 2 slots for rings. I'm going to put them. Okay, 2 weapon slots. Okay, So, for example, depending on what kind of build you're doing, you can wear a variety of weapons. You can wear claws, bows, what else? Hammers, maces, and weapons, shields. You can wear shields as well. And there are actually two kinds of weapons. There are the ones that require one hand to use, so they occupy one slot if you wear them. So for example, this one, I can wear it now. Okay, this one is a claw. It requires one hand, so I can have one here and one other here. If you got a mace, for example, that and you must remember that maces actually are two-handed weapons most of the time. You can wear only one, and the other slot will be unavailable while you wear the two-handed mace. When a weapon is two-handed, it will say in the description. Each item has a description, right? If you hover over it, you will see the description of what it offers. Forget about it, this is just the basics, okay? Nothing to pay attention at this point. So, let's start. This is the chest slot. You wear an armor. Every build wears an armor. So, this is one. Okay, nice. This is the place where you put on your gloves. Okay, boots. Now I will wear my two weapons, since they're both one-handed weapons. A helmet. Okay. And finally, these are the slots for your potions. You can have 5 potions at the same time, and you put them on like this. Okay. I don't have a 5th one, so please be patient with me. And this down here is your inventory. This is where you can store items when monsters that you kill drop them. And you keep them there until you go to a city. So, what is actually good about the cities? The cities are your, what can we say, your save points. Okay, each city has the guys that I told you before, that give you quests and rewards, and each city has a waypoint. What is a waypoint? This is the way you travel through Path of the Exile to different places. Okay, almost every spot on Path of the Exile, every different area has a waypoint. You have to activate each waypoint, unless it is a waypoint in a town. And as you can see here, if you press on the waypoint, the map opens. Okay, so the map is kind of complicated. What you have to remember is that this is a demonstration for you. This is a map that I have unlocked through leveling my character, and you will also get this once you level up. So, the waypoint allows me to travel in any place I want. Okay, since I have unlocked them. The areas that contain a waypoint have this kind of icon. Okay, the areas that do not contain a waypoint are circled with are an empty circle. Okay, and there are areas that have waypoints, but I have not activated them. These will be displayed like this: a circle with a little blue dot. That's it for now. And now, the final thing I want to tell you about the map is that throughout the leveling process, you are going to complete the acts. The acts are the progression of you through traveling the world, let's say. Okay, there are 5 here in part 1, and another 5 here. The epilogue is it just exists. Okay, it has no real quest for you. As you can see, there is only a town and this place, the Templar Laboratory. Okay, but we will explain more in future videos. Okay, now, when you start the game, you have your equipment. You do not have equipment, actually. You slay monsters, and they drop items, and you wear them. The important thing about the character is this. Okay, if you press your C button, from it stands for character, your character menu will appear. It will display the name you have chosen, your current level of the character. The levels go from 1 to 100, and the 3 attributes of every character. So, in Path of Exile, every character has 3 attributes, okay? Intelligence, strength, and dexterity. We will explain later how these guys actually gain more points, but keep in mind that this exists. And this is the menu of your offensive stats, defensives, misc, and charges. The only thing I want to just say for now is the resistances. Okay, so there are 4 elements in this game. Okay, there is fire, cold, lightning, and chaos. These elements are used by monsters to deal damage to you, but you have resistances. Okay, you can see them here: fire, cold, lightning, and chaos resist. These resists can go up to 75%. The way I have 77 will be explained later, but remember that it's very important to gain resistances. You can gain this by the items you wear, because there are items that when you hover over them, in the description it will say that they give resistances. For example, if we look at this belt can give you life, fire, and lightning resistance at a percentage level. Okay, this is just an example. Okay, so another thing you have to understand is this: if you press your P key on your keyboard, you will be greeted with this. I know, it's large, it's vast, and this is the skill tree of the character. So, remember that before I said that it's good to know what you are building before you even start playing a character, and this is actually why. This is a very big part of why you want this to be in your mind before you even start the game. Okay, the skill tree. The skill tree, excuse me for this, is actually consisted of points. Each point gives you different stats. Since I start with the ranger class here, I start from this point. If you start with a marauder, for example, we will start here. And each time you level up, you gain 1 point you can put on this tree by unlocking one of these guys. Okay, you cannot unlock anything that is not linked. The points have to be in a row. So for example, if I gain a level now, I cannot actually level something here. They have to be linked between one another, and since there are so many points, it is actually important to know the path you are going to take, because each point gives you stats that your build may need in order to be strong, viable, and have the proper damage to kill the monsters as they gain more power as you travel further in the map. Because as you can see, each area has a monster level. Okay, so you want to gain damage as you go, as you progress, in order to be able to kill the monsters. Okay, so I strongly recommend you at this point to search a guide for a build you want. It doesn't have to be a detailed search. Just search for builds, see what you like, what actually you believe it will be fun for you to play, and play it. And follow the guide's skill tree. This is what I do as well, and that's why everything was actually allocated here with the proper precision by following the guide. Another way you actually gain points for this is by completing the quests of the guys in the town that we saw before. Right, they will give you a book that once activated by right clicking on it, it will give you passive points. and this is a good start for you. This is a lot to digest, I know. It's actually very important to memorize stuff like this, and this is as we progress through the channel, a lot of things will have you will have to know before, and since I've explained the passive points and the inventory along with the character stats, okay, you will have to remember what I said in order to follow the explanation we're going to do in the second episode. I'm trying to keep them as short as I can, because there are a lot of information for the new players to digest. It's not exactly like any other game, and maybe it is a Diablo lookalike game. So players that have played Diablo will actually be familiar with some elements of the game. Excuse my English as well. It's not my first language, so I'm trying my best. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel, follow me, and we'll see you guys in the next video actually. Peace.